And down to the last seconds, it's been a bumpy road to naming a new PC leader. But what does that mean for Kathleen Wynne and the Liberals heading into a spring election? And will the drama have an impact on Doug Ford as he hits the campaign trail?
The drama that's been present in the PC party in the last month hasn't had a dent in them. If anything, people have been paying attention, and it sucked all the oxygen out of the room.
Does Doug Ford have a unified party?
No, he doesn't. Not at the moment. Not at all. What he does have is the ability to hand out power.
It's been a dramatic election year for Ontario's PC party. Following allegations of sexual misconduct against then-leader Patrick Brown back in February, the race to replace him has been nothing short of tumultuous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now with new leader Doug Ford taking the reins against Kathleen Wynne's Liberals, this political pundit and pollster says don't count out Ford Nation ahead of the June election.
We have to start looking at the world from Doug Ford's vantage point this morning as opposed to what the rest of the province thinks. And on that measure, he's got a good ground game to begin with.
To many people, he doesn't appear to be a traditional politician. Can that at all change the strategies of the other parties?
Well, it's going to have to. You can't take this for granted. He's going to punch hard, and he's going to be very aggressive in parts of the province where people feel disenfranchised. He's a polarizing leader. He's not anybody's cup of tea unless you were sitting with him and you like his company. We saw in polling that we did province-wide only a week ago that 54% of the people in this province preferred the Conservatives if they turfed out the Wynne government.
If you're the Liberals or the NDP, how do you criticize Doug Ford?
Well, number one, you're going to demonize the man. I mean, you've got a lot of footage and things you can work with, so that's the first thing. Number two, you're going to set up what's called a negative option campaign, and that is if he gets in, he's going to cut this and he's not going to protect that, he's going to do a whole series of other things. And number three, if you're the Liberals, you're going to dismiss the NDP.
It was a busy day for Premier Wynne as she made several appearances today throughout the GTA, one of which was a Liberal rally in Brampton. Wynne wasn't taking questions from the media, but we were able to ask her thoughts on Ford's victory and Christine Elliott not conceding.
Doesn't matter who the leader is, that's their internal process. From my perspective, it's about a strong education system, a strong healthcare system, and a strong society.
What will a Doug Ford campaign look like?
Doug Ford is going to present himself as a bit of a social conservative. He's going to be appealing not to the downtown elites, the Laurentian elite of Ottawa. He won't be there, but he will be for middle-class people who fight because they think their values matter and may not be heard.
And Doug Ford isn't wasting any time. He's already hitting the ground running, shaking hands earlier today at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Toronto.